Hey, what's up guys? Captain Jack here, and we're back on Machine World 2. Woohoo, hype. We are today going to have some fun with... Whoa, what's happened there? That's not the kind of fun I wanted to have. Okay, I'm gonna... Whoa, God, it's freaking out. That's so gonna go flying in a minute. Funnily enough, still a solid 60 FPS. What is the front connection part's flipped up, and it's flipped up and kind of gotten stuck in the dump part. I'll sort that out in a minute. Anyway, yeah, we're going to put ourselves on an awesome little base today. I've been roaming around, relearning the machines, digging some random holes, as you can see. That delivery boat still don't work. It's been trying to deliver for ages. I've been playing around for probably more than an hour now, just getting to grips with some of the basics, and the whole time that boat's been waiting. And I've done it right too. I have done it right. I've checked, double checked and triple checked to make sure that I'm getting it right. You bring up the PDA, you go to the wireless symbol, you go on the delivery boat. Once you've got a vehicle ordered, and I put a vehicle on there, you can see it says 1 on the vehicle. You set your destination by clicking that one. Set new desired shore location to delivery ship. And then you click this one. Deliver to shore. Delivery ship finding route. But it doesn't move. And I can hear an eagle or something. Don't see any birds. But yeah, it doesn't move. It's been every like few minutes or so it pops up saying delivery ship finding new route, but it just doesn't move. I don't know if that's still an ongoing bug or if that's something that is just broken with mine. There was an update today that I did. I was hoping that would be fixed. They fixed a lot of other smaller things, like little interface things, and the way things were a bit buggy or a bit laggy or they weren't quite smooth. They fixed a lot of that stuff. I guess they're coming on to the big stuff next. Right, let's respawn these vehicles quickly before they completely freak out and ping across the map. Truck, reorder, and then let's put this, where is it? Dump trailer, reorder. Also, I know that looks really blurry, I don't know why. I know that I lowered my graphics settings very slightly just because at the highest settings it was very, I wouldn't say laggy, but occasionally the frame rate would drop very slightly because it's not perfectly optimized just yet. But I lowered it only slightly, but it does look terrible. Okay, fast. What are we on down here? So we're correct there. These on, render mirrors is on. All of that's on. That's fine. Terrain resolution looks okay, I guess. I guess I could put it up to 0. Grass and detailed density. I don't like this bush stuff that grows up everywhere, but the grass itself I think is fine. Tree density is fine. That's the overall quality. We can put that up a bit, I guess. The next notch. Which then black screens. And then that looks a bit better, yeah. Simple. That looks fine. Go with that. We'll keep an eye on the FPS. Oh, FPS is 77 currently. 67, 70. So we're getting about 70 FPS. Oh, that was some screen tearing then. Did you see that? Look, did you see it? That's weird. These things on. That's very weird. Oh, we'll leave that for now and just see what happens. Yeah, stop now. Yeah, okay. That was really weird. Don't know what that was about, but okay. The game looks much nicer anyway. It all looks a lot better. A lot smoother. We're getting good FPS still. Okay, it's locked back to 60 now. I guess VSync turned itself off for a second for some reason. Why are you freaking out now? Oh, anyway, let's get on with it. These vehicles have got a mind of their own. So I'm going to build a base. It's going to be about... I mean, it's not going to be massively huge. I found this nice flat little sort of semi-flat little neck of land here. And I was thinking of just leveling it all out at first. And then I thought, what with how this game works, trying to level out all the land is just not going to happen. I'm never going to get it flat. So if I just build up on top of it and then fill in the sides and fill in around the front so I can drive off, I can make a road network and whatever else I want. And then when it gets down there, I'll put down one of those simple, one of these blueprints, one like for the small harbour or the simple pier or something like that. And then we'll go from there. So generally I want parts to start with, and we want this. Let's go with something. I'm just got to cover this whole piece of land. Order part. What's that look like? See, that's... I would say that's a good size, but I could probably need bigger than that. Let's go with bigger than that. Don't want to go ridiculously big, but big enough that... Okay, why not? How do I get rid of this? I suppose I can bring up the PDA. Go to parts list and then go delete. Yeah, okay, cool. Handy little thing. And then we order this bigger one. I mean, that's getting on for size. That's definitely getting on for the right size. Start over here. Look, delivery ship failed to find path to destination. That's all I'm getting constantly. Right, let's turn this thing around. So your face is kind of that way, I guess. Fine, I love these fine controls. I don't know what these ones do. What do those ones do? Don't know. These ones take it down and move it left and right. Oh, wow, that does something. Okay, that moves it further or closer. That's too close though. Can I not move it back away? That's too close to me. I don't want it there. Okay, this is really weird. Why do I feel like I'm going up? Ah, okay, the piece was getting stuck underneath me. No, stop! I need to put it down! Oh, this game is trolling me hard today. Right, let's do that again, shall we? Scumbag game. Right. So about there, I think it was. I don't really want all that stuff growing through it, though. That looks really high. Ah, well, I suppose it'll just have to be really high. That'll be fine. It'll do for. So, again, we'll turn it around. Turn around, price. Come on. Come on. Right, okay, that'll do. And then I guess we put that down. And then it says something about left bumper. Part is now stationary. Move, rotate, and precisely using joystick D-pad buttons. Oh, it's the D-pad buttons. I was trying to do that with the sticks earlier and it wasn't doing anything. It was just moving me and I was thinking, what? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, D-pad buttons. Okay, and then A is enter. Oh, it does cut the grass that tries to go through it. Perfection. So now I just need about 1,000 more of those, which I won't bore you with. I'll do those quickly now and come back. So we are getting there. These vehicles are just completely going crazy, but we're getting there. We've got this much laid out so far. What I'm thinking basically is like I'm going to have over here this bit going along here and then along here. This is all going to be like the garage for vehicles, And then this bit I'm stood on with my funky shadow, this is going to be like the actual house and I guess workshop slash base section. So you come in here and it's going to have like the living quarters maybe upstairs, and then downstairs is going to be like workshop slash HQ. I'm going to put a helipad on the end. I might even put a couple of helipads out here actually, and then like, a route down to a dock, which would be quite cool. We're going to do one more piece on a thinner piece on the end here, just to get this some more length, and then a helipad on the end of that, maybe another helipad here, and I'm thinking a dock over there, or maybe a couple, one there, because there's like 2 or 3 boats in the game, and I wouldn't mind having all the vehicles eventually. So that's the plan. But let's get this last bit out, and I can show you what I've been doing as well. So I've got the parts set to the width and height, etc. that I want. I've given them quite a bit of depth because the height I want them to be at is quite raised up above the land, and unless that part is dug into the ground in some way, it will just go loose and just flop to the floor. It won't register as being part of the ground. So I've done them quite fat so that they definitely slide into the ground. And so then what I do is I'll come like around here. This might take a bit of time because it's not really a great place to sit. I'll look at like the edge here. I'll get that down in place. Bring up the PDA so we've got fine controls. And then the ones at the top here that I'm highlighting left and right, these are for your spinning. You're spinning. They are for your rotation axis, and then if you look kind of like that, get that down to there, you can see when it's aligned, and then you can make small adjustments until it's beautifully straight. And then when it's beautifully straight, you know you've put it in the right place. See, so if I put those two together now, there's a lot more. Move to the left just a tiny bit, just trying to get this precise. Yeah, see, to me that looks basically dead on. Maybe just that way, tiny bit. Yeah, that looks dead on. And so then what I have to do after that, which is a little bit of a laborious task, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get up this side. Come on. Yes, I got up. If you want to get it kind of, we can get rid of the PDA. We'll come back here until we can see that these pieces are definitely touching and connected, which they are. We get it basically in, you can see that's quite a bit of distance actually, right, so about there. We get it basically in place. We LB, so we're going into part movement. We move it over a bit, down a bit, using the D-pad, over a bit more until it looks like it's basically in the right place, and then I press A and connected. You can see there's a bit of a line between the two because it's not perfectly at the right level, but it's enough that it doesn't matter. And the edges are almost completely precise. And that, you know, that looks pretty good to me. I think we're on for a winner there. So then we've got loads of space for vehicle storage, and then we've got loads of space for a base. And if I go back in here, no, not that one, helipad, and then we can, well, this helipad doesn't have to be huge. I will give it quite a bit of depth like I have been doing. Maybe just make it a bit wide, because I think this is going to be the bigger pad on the end for the crane chopper. And then that gives it, hang on. So then I can put it somewhere like that. And this one, it doesn't matter if it's perfectly aligned. You know, I'm not going to go that crazy into making it absolutely perfect. This is just a quick little base. Turn you round that way a bit. So as long as it looks generally straight, which that does, I guess. Yeah, I'd say it looks kind of straight. And then as long as it's obviously the same height. Okay, yes, that's not straight. Yeah, okay, I'm going to straighten that a tiny bit more. Just make fine adjustments very fast. Okay, so that should be about the right height. Let's walk backwards. I don't want to be too far away, but just like far enough so that the blades don't touch the building. So, see, that's what I mean. Because it wasn't enough in the ground, it didn't register as being attached. So it's just flopped up above the ground as if it's not a piece. So that might have to go a tad lower. I might have to build stairs down to it. Just because that's as much depth as I'm going to get out of that. But it's no problem. We can go parts, X, that's the delete button, get rid of that. We can try, yeah. I mean, what I could do is bring a load of dirt down here and just build up a mountain of dirt so that it's touched. So it's touching the bottom. So it can connect easier. But that's effort, man. That noise you're hearing, by the way, is one of my cats. They're both staring at each other and one of them's moaning. They don't always get on. And cats don't always. This one happens to be sat right next to my microphone. What's up? Hey? What's up, little one? You trying to get a YouTube career going, are you? She's just standing there. Anyway, enough about cats and back to the game. You're not here to look for cats, to look at cats, you're here to look at a game. So let's try that again. Let's see what this. Let's maybe make it a tiny bit bigger. I might go up to 16. Yeah, that's as much height as I can put on it. Let's go order. So yeah, that just gives the pad a bit more space, just so I can definitely get the big chopper on there. Come on, PDA. Why are you being silly? And then we'll get that lined up. I mean, that's not going to be absolutely perfect. This isn't the way I've been doing the others. I just want to be kind of straight. Yeah, okay. So then we can walk forwards. See, I'd say that's in the ground enough. I'll go left a bit more just to make sure as well. Get rid of that. We're going to this mode. Just make sure it's perfect. And then see, it's done it again. I don't understand. Maybe because it's not connected to another piece. I'll figure that out. So that didn't really quite work out. I put this little path in so that it was connected to a piece of building that was already there. Didn't want to know. So I'm going to try and put a big bit down and then put the helipad on top of that and see if that works better. But what I wanted to show you quickly was, you see where the little legs are, the foundations basically, when they turn green, that means that you can put it down and it's going to attach to the earth. Which is why I normally build just with it shoved right down to the point where, you know, there's a lot of it in the earth, because you know it's definitely stuck there then. But yeah, that's what it has to be. If it's even slightly, like if those red poles don't go green, it's not going to attach to the ground. And for some reason, that is what I seem to be getting in with the helipads. No, I don't want that. Actually, no, I do want that because that bit's a bit big. I'll make that a bit smaller. I want this, and then that, and then yes. Right, let's see if we can put one over this side quickly. No, this. There we go. Water apart. See, those are green now, so that should fit. That should work. That is touching the floor, and it should work. Let's bring up the tablet, the PDA, because we seem to be playing as Jack Bauer, and if you get that reference, then you're as old as me. Right, let's put that there then. See, it's doing it again. It's like it doesn't want to connect into the floor. Well, I think it has to be built on a piece of concrete that's already there. That's what I'm going to assume anyway. And you know what they say about assumption? But in this case, I think I could be right. But those legs were definitely green, so I guess it doesn't work the same way with the helipad as it does with these normal concrete slabs. Oh, come on, climb up. There we go. Why is it? Let's make it daytime. There we go. Beautiful. So let's figure this out. I'm going to put down a piece of concrete. A piece of concrete. Doesn't need to be absolutely huge. Let's bring that into... What is the helipad? 16 by 16. Okay, let's make this 16 by 16 then. 16 by 16. That delivery ship is still trying to find its way here. Ah, fail. Such a big fail. It's not even moving. Look, you can see it out there. You see it just over there. Just not even moving. Not even trying. Absolutely broken as anything. But there you go. I guess that's one more thing for them to fix. If I could English properly for a minute. I don't know if this looks straight or not. It looks kind of straight to me, but I don't think I'm actually standing straight. Let's give that a go. Let's go into this mode. Bring it up a tiny bit. Looks okay. Right, see how I've ended part control. And that bit looks to me like it's in the right place. Right? Now let's try and put a helipad on top of that. Okay, so they're not going red. Actually, let's not do that quick. Let's make that thinner, because now I'm not trying to put it into the floor. It doesn't need to be so fat. So let's bring the height right down, because it only needs to sit on top. We'll give it that. That'll be thick enough to fit. PDA up. Let's do this. Wrong way. Let's go this way around. And we get it basically as straight as the other piece at least. Okay, I think that's in the right place. Right, let's see what this does. Connect. Nope, doesn't like it. So how do you put down those helipads then? Well, how are you supposed to? I guess is the right answer, right question. I guess what I can do instead is use, I think, decoration? I'm sure there's a helipad that doesn't have a concrete floor. No, apparently not. I'm sure there was one. I'm not entirely sure how that works then. I'm going to have to figure that out, but for now I'm just going to use this here as a helipad, and I'll put another one of these down. Order part, thank you. I'll put another one of these down over here, and then I'll put a connecting bit between those two. We'll just build up the basic sort of floor pattern for now. I may even split this into a couple of episodes, just because I want to give you guys as much of the details of what I'm doing as possible. Because I mean that's the fun of the building, isn't it? But at the same time, I don't want it to be such a long-winded video that it gets boring. So for now, there you go. So I've got two what I'll call helipads. Better put a bit of a bridge between these ones. Let's make that about 2.5. I think it doesn't have to be so crazy. And then we can spin this one around, and then we'll have a working footbridge. And again, it doesn't matter if it's perfectly straight or not. That's about as straight as it needs to be. Just make sure it's connected to both, which it seems to be. I even got the height basically dead on. Look at that. No way. Okay, yeah, and that'll do for helipads. It's a funky looking base. So the next part, I guess, is to put in things like walls and flooring and doorways. Oh, I do need to add ramps out the front here, actually. So I'm just going to have a quick look around inside the parts menu and see if I can find all the bits I need. And we'll go from there. We found a lovely angled piece. It seems to work really nicely. Let's try and get it straight if we can. Come on, very, very slightly. Bit too much. Go back the other way. Come on. That could be right. Because we don't want it to be too much of an angle, otherwise the trucks won't be able to get up and down. But by the same token, we don't want it to be too little an angle, because then it's just not going to reach the ground. So let's get rid of that. Let's bring this in. I'm thinking something like that. Yes, looking good. See, now we can get our trucks up and down. I'll do the same all the way along the front of here, because what I'm thinking is, like, you know how you see those big, like, fleet garages, and then there's just like a wall of shuttered doors. I don't know if you ever played Euro Truck Simulator 2. On the front of there, the bigger HQs you can get, where you've got like 10 roller shutter doors. I'm thinking something along those lines, but I probably won't actually have individual doors because a lot of these vehicles are too big to fit through the kind of doorways I think I can make. I don't know, I'll have a look at it when I come across the doorways. I'll have a look at it and see if there's anything I can chuck together. Otherwise I might just leave it open as just so it's just a covered area, but open at the front so you can just drive in and out, depending on what makes more sense and what works better. But it's coming together very nicely, I think. I just need to chuck a whole load more of these ramps down, and then we can actually drive some vehicles up here. Though I think what I'm probably more than likely going to do is, I don't know if areas actually need filling now, to be honest. I might fill in that hole just because it looks a bit horrible. I know I need to put a boat dock down, maybe even a couple. I'm thinking somewhere off of this helipad I can get a slant going down there as if it was stairs, and then have a harbour, maybe even build like a custom harbour and put a load of boats down there. So for that one over there, it doesn't come this way. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of a general idea. We're definitely getting along with it. But we need to get some more ramps done first, so let's get on with that. I'm very much hoping that at some point we get a tarmac texture, because I'd love to build like a little roadway out here. Flatten this off a little bit, build a road so that it all comes down to the same level and then drives off under the mountain. That would be handy. A tunnel through that mountain would be really cool. But I'd have to fly over the island and see where I could get it to come out. Flying over the island sounds like a lot of fun, actually. And also, I really want to do that crane chopper startup. That's the annoying thing about the delivery boat not working, is that usually that would deliver all the pieces in parts. And when you want, like, these bits, I'm not sure about foundations, but certainly when you start building walls and things like that, like those bits, when you start building them, they get brought over in parts from the boat. You go and you collect them and you bring them out with like a crane or whatever. And you can use the chopper crane, or you can use the mobile crane, or whatever piece of equipment you've got to lift and carry. And that's, you know, such epic fun, because it's like that side of it is like construction sim. And I think that's what the actual mission side of it's going to be like when they eventually do like a single player career, as it were. That's going to be all a case of you have to know what you're doing, and you have to have a working delivery boat so that you can drop stuff off. Otherwise, if you just have it spawn directly, then it spawns as a whole piece, you know, a built piece, and that's kind of boring. I want to be able to build bits myself. Pain in the thing. Come on, up there. Right. It's so annoying to work with at times. That is not quite straight, so we need to take a bit the other way. Too much. I'd say something like that. Right, and then we move around here. Let's get rid of that tablet. It's getting dark again. So annoying when it goes dark. Okay, then if we step back into the right position. And then we can go this way, down a tiny bit. And that should do it. And then one more on the end. And then, as you can see, then it's very slightly gradients up and goes inside. Those ones are a tiny bit low, I think. But that's not a big issue. It's the teeniest bump ever. We'll definitely be able to fit up that. Well, I have to move that digger. Let's just respawn it quickly over here. Save me getting in, starting it up, driving it off. Excavator. Reorder. There we go. That just gets it out of the way quickly. Just got one last ramp to do. I think this is going to be a hell of a project. I don't think I'm going to be able to build this thing all in one episode. It's going to have to be multiple parts, which will be fun. It gives me kind of a series to do, I guess. The building the base series. We want parts, foundation slanted, build. Down there, down like that. Let's bring you back a bit. Let's see if that looks straight. Sorry if I'm going a bit silent now, I'm just trying to get this perfect. I think that's about as straight as it's going to get. Let's bring you back here. Well, actually, it could do going a teeny bit more to the right there. Teeny bit. Yeah, that looks better. That So not precise. Right, let's do that. Let's go right a bit more. I think that'll do for. Oh, hello. Oh dear. I don't know if we can take control over that a second time. I think we can. Hang on. Connect selected part. Manipulate selected part. Now follows player. Nope, that doesn't seem to want to work. Oh, hang on. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Now it's moving. Okay, let's get rid of that a sec. Just move that back slowly, and I'm going to have to fettle around with its height again. Just get this in place, and then the ramps are done. Okay, so about there for that bit. Let's just double check over here, make sure it lines up okay. Yeah, it seems to be pretty seamless. That seems to be pretty seamless. I like that. Yep, that looks good. Ended part control. So we've got a full ramp system going up now. And a full little, basically the foundations for the base are laid. All we've got to do now is build stuff on top. And then you've got, and we're talking, that's the wrong button. We're talking things like, let's get rid of basic. Let's go wall. You got walls with door cutouts, walls with windows, walls with different kinds of windows, just plain walls, garage door, wide garage door. See, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking for my doorways. Dual door cutout. Why is that dual door? Oh, I think it means double door. And then you've got slanted wall. That's quite cool. I like the slanted wall. And then you've got ceilings. Ceilings. Roof base. And then roof plates. Supports, which will be very, very handy. Steel beam, roof truss. Steel beams. All the different kind of windows. Wide and thin and rounded and square. Doors. So we've got your normal kind of doors. Some nice ones too. Double garage door. I wonder if these actually open like proper doors would. I have to get some out and figure out. That's a nice one. I like that one. Flooring is just basic floor. We'll probably be putting that down everywhere. If it spins around, we can see what it looks like on the top. Material bricks Ashmont. Okay. Don't know what bricks Ashmont is. Maybe it's not just concrete, because there's no point putting a floor down if you've already got a concrete floor. I'm hoping they do add some more materials soon. They did talk about there being loads of different materials that you could build things in. Maybe that's like a next on the list kind of thing. Come on, flick round so I can see what the top looks like. You're not going to do it, no, he's not going to do it. Decoration, you got stuff for the dock. I'm going to build a big old dock, full big harbour. You got bridges, and as I was talking about in the first look episode video that I did, these are pieces of like big foundation, so you can make massive bridges and stuff like that. And then stuff you make like the fuel stations, all that kind of thing out with. Hanger doors. Oh, there's just the standard helipad. Oh no, that does come with the concrete on it. Okay, no problem. I'm sure there was one that was just the actual like outline of the H, the circle, and the 4 lights. I'm sure there was. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there for now. I think we've done quite a bit. We've gotten the entire foundation made and made a mess with our trucks and stuff. I'll have to get that picked up for the next episode. Oh, the weather's turned, isn't it? Let's see if we can get past this storm. Yeah, it doesn't change the weather. I need to figure out how to change the weather. Looks like it's going to rain. I also need to get my boat back because it seems to be floating away. Bye, boat. Yeah, so we'll leave English. We'll leave it there for now. I will continue this. I'll make it like maybe a little series out of it, building the base and all that, and we'll maybe continue on after that once this place is fully built. But what I've got in my imagination is, if I can build it, it's going to be epic and it's going to take a while. And then we'll build tunnels and bridges, and we'll figure out how to fly helicopters, and we'll have good fun with it. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. But that's it from me for now. Thank you very much for watching and sticking with me through this weird episode. Strange things have happened and we've gotten to the grips with the basics. I will definitely be back, as I said, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Take care and bye bye.